how the future of North America now promises to be written. Not in a sweeping trade agreement on which elections will run and will turn, but by the accretion of hundreds of incremental changes implemented by executive agencies. It's executive rule. Implemented by executive agencies, bureaucracies, and regulators. Now, they've got a whole group. The United States want to focus on anti-regulation, but you notice the regulation that they want to focus against, that they want to remove. It's all the regulations that protect us. They want to create new regulations to protect them from us. And here's a quote. Coves said, and this is Coves. Who is he? I just forget where he's from. One of the executives. Oh, Coves. He's the president of one of the Lockheed Martin from the Americas. He says this: "We've decided not to recommend any things that would require legislative changes because we won't get anywhere."
Cowards.
You know, because they know if they're really upfront and honest, like the legislators are some things that they'll have to start paying attention to and not deal with. But on the other hand, all the anti-terrorist legislation, you see, that came in a big, fast thrust, heavy thing with the fear factor. And there's this kind of a rift amongst this body of unelected, unrepresentative people. I've got to remember not to wave my hands so much, because in the last video I saw myself, my hands were going so much that no one will pay any attention to what I'm saying. I'll be flailing around so much out there. And there's a division amongst them as to how they're to move. Some do it more incrementally, and some saying come in hard and heavy, big time, and the leaders of the party should just be pushing really hard to push this stuff around, this stuff through their governments. So we have to understand that there's some division there. We have to take advantage of that. And we have to understand that their power isn't immune. We can have an impact. We are having an impact. We have a lot of work to do. But this, what I started to say, this at the beginning, I'm not sure how I, hands down, how I expressed that earlier, but this impact that we know, I know we can have, and that we are having on the elected people, we have to have an impact on them. We have to demand the return of their relevance, because right now they've been quite content to abdicate not just their responsibilities to us, but their own relevance. Right now, the way the system is functioning, they're absolutely irrelevant, and it doesn't really matter who gets elected. It doesn't matter which party, because the leadership of the parties are participating in this takeover and this destruction. So unless the human beings, the individuals, are prepared to be relevant and do the job that is supposed to be there to protect and serve, governments are useless to us. Governments are already facilitating the enforcement procedure, and they're not there for the people. A government is nothing. A government, unless the government is the people. And it's not unpatriotic to be against a bad government. It's our duty.
Hear, hear.
The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And in Canada, we have been so fortunate to have lived in really and truly, I think, the best place in the world. We've been free from the impact at home of war.